In prehepatic jaundice, the RBC cells destruction is increased and the concentration of unconjugated bilirubin is increased in the blood. This unconjugated bilirubin comes to the liver and conjugation occurs in the liver. The conjugated bilirubin is released in the gut and the conjugated bilirubin is converted to urobilinogen, and urobilinogen is oxidized to urobilin excreted with the urine. This is a minor pathway, and the stercobilin is excreted with the feces. This is a major pathway. Now, what are the hepatocellular jaundice? Mechanism is defective conjugation, defective excretion, or defective uptake. If any three of these occurs, then hepatocellular jaundice is seen. What are the biochemical findings? In hepatocellular jaundice, the serum bilirubin is increased. Bilirubin in the urine is present, urobilin in the urine is also present, and the color of stool is yellow. Serum SGPT is more than SGOT. ALP or gamma glutamyl transferase is normal. Intrahepatic jaundice. What is this? In this RBC, from RBC, the unconjugated bilirubin is released. This binds with the albumin, goes to the liver, and conjugation occurs in the liver. This conjugated bilirubin goes to the kidney, and through kidney this excreted with the urine. And conjugated bilirubin, some part of it also goes to the intestine, and in intestine it is converted to urobilinogen and converted to stercobilin. This is the major pathway, and these dotted lines are the minor pathway. Now next is obstructive jaundice. It is due to defect in excretion of bile. It is either extrahepatic or intrahepatic obstruction of the bile. Now biochemical finding or clinical finding are: in obstructive jaundice, the serum bilirubin is very high, less than 30 to 40 milligram per day. Bilirubin in the urine is present. Urobilin in the urine is absent. Color of the stool is clay color due to absence of stercobilin and presence of fecal fats. In post-hepatic jaundice, there is defect after release from the liver, either in the bile duct or common bile duct or bile duct. This conjugated bilirubin is not released by the bile duct into the gut and revert back to the liver, and this is conjugated bilirubin in the blood is increased, and through the blood it comes to the kidney and excreted in the urine. In prehepatic jaundice, there is either defect in conversion of heme to biliverdin or biliverdin to bilirubin. Means if defect in RE system, then this condition is called as prehepatic jaundice. If there is defect in bilirubin conjugation in the liver, then it is called as hepatocellular jaundice. And if there is defect in the bile duct, it is called post-hepatic jaundice. Congenital hyperbilirubinemia. If there is any hereditary disorder of abnormal uptake, conjugation and excretion of bilirubin, it is called as congenital hyperbilirubinemia. It is of two types. congenital unconjugated hyperbilirubinemia and congenital conjugated hyperbilirubinemia. In this unconjugated hyperbilirubinemia, the non-hemolytic unconjugated hyperbilirubinemia occurs. It is seen in Gilbert syndrome and Crigler-Najjar syndrome type 1 and type 2. The congenital conjugated hyperbilirubinemia is seen in Dubin-Johnson syndrome and Rotter syndrome. What happens in Gilbert syndrome? It is an autosomal dominant or recessive genetic disorder. It is not known. Defect is due to decreased activity of UDP glucuronosyl transferase due to diminished expression of UDP glucuronide transferase gene, any mutation in the promoter gene. The RBC survival rate is decreased. The unconjugated bilirubin is not more than 6 mg per dl. Patients are quite normal. However, they develop jaundice during fasting, infection, or stressful condition. The diagnosis is confirmed by keeping the patient on fast and the serum bilirubin level is increased. In this condition, not any treatment is required. Crigler-Najjar syndrome, it is of two types, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is autosomal recessive. The defect is rare and it is a severe disorder caused by complete absence of UDP glucuronide transferase due to mutation in exon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of UDP glucuronide gene. Jaundice appear within first 24 hours of life or since birth. In this condition, the level of unconjugated bilirubin is more than 25 to 50 mg per dl and bile is colorless, urine is also colorless. It is highly fatal and the child die within the first year of life due to conjunctivitis. The treatment of this is phlebotomy, means cutting of the vein, incision in the vein. Plasmapheresis matlab exchange transfusion of plasma. Crigler-Najjar syndrome type 2. It is an autosomal dominant or recessive. It is not known. There is partial deficiency of UDP glucuronide transferase due to mutation in exon 1A of UDP glucuronide transferase. The serum bilirubin of unconjugated bilirubin is less than 5 to 20 mg per dl. It is a benign course. Can lead the child suffering from this disease can lead to a normal life. The treatment of this is phenobarbital and phototherapy is also effective. Prognosis: Gilbert syndrome is less severe than Crigler-Najjar syndrome type 2, which is less severe than Crigler-Najjar syndrome type 1. Difference between Crigler-Najjar syndrome type 2 and type 1. Type 1 is autosomal recessive, type 2 is autosomal dominant. In type 1, there is complete absence of UDP glucuronide transferase due to mutation in exon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of UDP glucuronide transferase gene 1. And in type 2, there is partial deficiency of UDP glucuronide transferase. Mutation is mainly in exon 1 and 2 of UDP glucuronide transferase 1 gene. Serum bilirubin, mainly unconjugated bilirubin, is more than 25 to 50 mg in type 1 of Crigler-Najjar syndrome, but the serum bilirubin level, means unconjugated bilirubin, is less than 20 mg per dl. Okay, thank you.